Welcome back. Now it's time for us to have our conversation of the day, which of course has already sparked debated. You could already tell before we went on that very short break. If you're just joining us, it's Relationship Wednesday. Today, of course, being a Wednesday, and the question we are asking online, are women the new problem in modern relationships? And I'm wondering, my panel is already in studio, I'm wondering why we are talking about women without women. As you can already see. Dr. is also here, of course, to help us understand if it's actually a problem with women or it's just that people don't quite understand the relationship dynamics in this day and age, and if expectations are changing and everything in between. So do interact with us on our socials, TV47 Kenya on Facebook and on YouTube and X at TV47 Digital. We also have a WhatsApp number and a WhatsApp line, which we do encourage you to send us a video or a voice note, 0793267279. That is our WhatsApp number. Once again, our question of the day, and the question we're asking you, are women the new problem in modern relationships? Use the hashtag Morning Cafe TV47. Welcome, everybody. Obren, I want to start with you. Are women the new problem in modern relationships?
Well, thank you for the opportunity. We need first to, on the question, we need to first question the framing. Calling women the new problem. It signifies as if there was once a balance in the past of which there wasn't. Relationships have always having a tension, and currently it's because most men expect women to perform their traditional roles in a modern society, because society is really changing. I should accept that, because women are becoming more independent. They are becoming, they understand more rights of freedom rights. They are getting more freedom, and we cannot stick to that. If you having a modern relationship with the traditional mindset, of course we'll amplify the relationship. Women are the problem, but we should not stick on the gender balance. So we are currently changing.
All right, so it's like there's a change in dynamics as well. We are in a modern age, and men now want women to behave like women behaved in the traditional era.
Yes.
So that's the problem. Lillian, what do you think? Are we the problem as women in modern relationships?
Of course, being the only woman here, of course, lazima nitete lady. So for me, I don't think we are the problem. Actually, it's these men are not understanding us, because women in this era are learned, they are career women. So unlike in the past, where we used not to actually to go to work, or we used just to stay in the house, you know, to wait for him to provide. But things have changed. Actually, women are driving heavy machines nowadays. We are earning good money. So these men actually don't know how to handle us. That is the problem, actually. Yes.
All right. What do you think, Mahoha? Are women the new problem in modern relationships?
Thank you so much. I personally think that they are not the new problem. They have been the problem before.
Okay.
But in a different way. It's only like in the modern era, the challenges have evolved over time. When my good friend is talking about, them, having the independence, economical independence, and many other, demands on man, those are things that are now evolving. But ever since, women have been the problem.
So what was the problem traditionally?
There's
right now they have money and they have that independence. What was the problem traditionally?
Just managing a woman is a problem.
How so?
On its own.
So see, I think if managing a woman is a problem, and of course Dr. will also help me in this, if managing a woman is a problem, so you take the one that is easier to manage for you. You date within your means. Ama?
Yes, it's true. But remember, a woman is a woman. And for every woman, they have their own emotions, and they have the way they think and do their things. And for us also, as a man, we are not the same, but there is that common traits. Okay? So it's not easy just to blend in with any woman, okay, and just understand each other, because we are different from birth. Yes, that is where the problem comes in. Yes.
So you do agree that people are different.
True.
Men are different. Women are different. So you can actually just find somebody who fits your
Not
difference.
100%.
Not 100%, Daktari. It will help us with this. Anasema, women have always been the problem kutoka kitambo, and I don't know what you think about this. And I'm trying to tell him, why isn't he dating within his means?
I think this is one of the most controversial
topic
that you'll ever brought.
Yes.
As you said, women, let's look at the foundations of the world.
Yeah.
Women were the problem. Actually, the woman won, Eve.
Yeah.
You know, when I look at that story, it's very interesting. It starts with a scenario whereby Adam is given instructions on how to run life. Then Eve shows up and she's having a conversation with an animal, which is very strange. You know, if you found somebody talking to an animal, you'll be like, what's wrong? But you know, women love talking to anything.
Yes.
And they enjoy it. They'll talk to utensils.
Absolutely.
To their wardrobe. And sometimes they'll even talk to an animal in the house like a cat.
And funny enough, they listen. Even that wardrobe, when I speak to it, it listens.
That's what we are trying to understand as men. But the thing is, this woman called Eve, when she's tempted, she actually gives the man had articulated the vision very well. She said, if we eat this thing, we shall die. But she's convinced to eat. And of course, she introduces the problem that we have today. Simply because she did not follow the instructions. And I'm not blaming the women, but it is a woman who brought the issues from the beginning. But I also like, I like God. He then decided, this woman that has brought a problem, now in the new era, I will use a woman to solve the problem. So he's like, he irons things out. But what has happened in this life, that we have not made efforts as human beings to try to understand each other. You know, God has never changed the makeup of a woman. Biologically, she's the same. No new hormones, no new DNA, the same. Our makeup as men is the same. So if we can say the foundation of everything is very traditional. You know, in the year maybe 3,000 years ago, the people that were living that time, they were saying we're in a very modern time. So if they were discussing an issue like this, they would be saying, you know, traditionally. So there's always a generation that looks backwards.
Yeah.
But I think what we need is to strip off the technology, the apps, the cars, the big houses, and go back to the genetical makeup of a woman and to a genetical makeup of a man, and try to understand what bites each other. What is this woman? You know, she said, "Atuwalewi." And when you try to ask, unataka nini, they also define what they want. So we have women who don't know what they want, and men who also are asking the women what they want, and they are not saying it, and the men, they also somehow don't know what they want, but they also particularly know what they want from a woman in particular. You know what I'm talking about. So when this challenge comes, unless we sit down and strip off everything and go back to the foundations and say what was intended with this woman, we'll continue having problems.
So you want us to go back to the traditional days when
not the tradition.
You know, when a woman was not well educated, when a woman was just staying at home in the kitchen.
Do you know the most amazing thing?
Yes.
You know, education has been created. We think knowing a lot of biology. Solomon's time.
Yes.
Solomon was so educated. Queen Sheba, a very educated woman, a leader. We even find a Jezebel, a very educated woman who was a queen. So every generation has knowledge. But the thing is, we think we know a lot now. So I'm not saying back to tradition. I'm going back to the foundations, like a table. The purpose of a table has always been one, to put things on it. Whether it is glass or steel or it has wardrobes huko katikati, the foundation of it and the intention of it is to put things on top of it. So we need to go back to that person, not traditional, that person that was created by God. What were they created for? And I will say one thing, that men were created to be leaders.
Okay.
But we have a challenge in leading.
Okay.
Most of us. Women were created to help us. But I think helping this guy who doesn't seem to know where he's going, in shida. So unless we build ourselves individually and then bring to the table the best quality, then we are going to still have trouble. And this conversation haita solve mambo zote.
Haiwezi. Karibu sana. What does the PR before your name stand for? Is it a pastor?
Yes, Pastor Thomas.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Pastor, are women the problem in modern day relationships?
Thank you so much for this opportunity, Pastor Thomas Mumina. I'm an SDA pastor. Yes, I also lead a group called HOMA. HOMA means Honest Men Association.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Allow me to start by saying this. Blaming women, blaming women for the challenges in modern relationship is not only unfair.
Okay.
Also, it is not incomplete. As well as we blame men, we should not blame men for this falling relationship or all these challenges we are facing in relationship. Why? The real issue is not gender. The real issue is value, expectation, and emotional maturity in our generation. You know, we are living in time where society has changed fast. You see nowadays, as my sisters just say, you can just find just a damsel, 21 years, is driving, and my brother here, since he's young, is fearing to approach that lady because he's driving a heavy machine. Just some few weeks ago, I was in a talking stage with a certain lady.
Okay.
This lady is a graduate of let me just mention GOtv, and now she's working somewhere right now, and she is still doing a certain course in diploma. And then how he was engaged in education and also engaged in work, like I was like, this is too much. This is too much. She is not giving what the attention which I need, and also I'm not fitting in his mix. So I decided this talking stage should, and I'm sorry to say it ended tonight, last night. Yesterday, yes. Yeah, because I just saw like we are going nowhere, and there is no need for just being somewhere where you know very well that you're going nowhere. So this thing.
But did you try to communicate that?
Yes.
Did you try to communicate that? Tell her that, I don't find myself anywhere in your schedule.
Yes, of course, of course.
What was the response?
She was like, I was trying my level best, I was doing this, but according to me, like nothing she was doing. And there is something I want to quote because I'm an SDA pastor.
Okay.
An SDA pastor must quote something from the Bible. From the Bible. I want to quote something in the Genesis chapter 1, verses 27. The Bible says, both male and female were created in the same image of God. You see? So both can work, I can work, my woman can work. So both of us are there is no one to be blamed because we are all working. So what I'm trying to put across is that we should not blame women for the falling relationship, and we should not also
blame the man.
Because all of us, we are driven by expectations which are leading the relationship to fall. I want to say last thing before I conclude my case, and
I love the way he came with notes.
Yes,
very ready.
Yes, very ready. As a pastor, I must be very ready. Yes, I want to put across 3 points. Instead of asking, are women the new problem? Maybe we should ask these questions. Are we preparing ourselves emotionally for commitment? That is the first question we should ask ourselves. The second question, are we choosing partners based on character or convenience? That question, are we building or just blaming?
All right, just hold on to that part, Pastor, but let's also hear from John. What do you think? Are women the new problem in modern relationships?
You know, based from the conversations going on, it all boils down to perception. Who do you perceive a woman to be? And who does a woman perceive you to be? You know, in that, if you get in touch with women who perceive men to be the enemy, they'll always be reactive to everything, regardless of whatever intention you're trying to be. For example, if you read The Animal Farm, the animals in the farm ended up being like the hosts that they so much try to push away, right? So if you look at people who are, there are people who are hyper-independent towards the end, in that they end up becoming the men they resent, rather than trying to be the women they wanted to be. Instead of them being free to choose whatever they're choosing, they end up holding that statue of power and making sure that someone else suffers because of that privilege they may have achieved due to the times. On the flip side, you'll find someone who has come from a positive and very nuanced view of what men, masculinity
should look like.
They'll have a very, very different outview when it comes to men. That is one. Two, you'll find that right now there is a lot of vicarious reinforcement. Oh, Anna likula dust. So then why should I do this thing? Anna mingia TikTok amesema amekula dust. Well, why should I do this?
Peer pressure, now that is peer pressure.
Yes, such that because life humbled you in a particular way, you've influenced 50 other women to go your way simply because you have influence that comes with your profession and probably the stature you have. Okay, so you'll find that there's that fear that will have been conditioned into someone not to pursue a particular direction simply because there is a model they look up to that thinks a particular way. That's the second thing. The third thing, you'll find that with women in this current day and age, there's a lot of exposure. No. If you take it to, say, even take it to culture, 50 years ago, once a woman and a man get to adolescence, once they were past whichever initiation rites, the next thing was marriage. Pap.
So you want us to go back to the traditional?
No, you've asked
50 years ago.
You've asked me what I think. Let me finish.
Okay.
So it was marriage. Pap. So there was no room for exploration. There was no testing waters. You see, so you'll find that with testing waters, if you are presented with too many options, you become indecisive. You want to see, let me let this one play out, and this one play out, and this one also play out.
But men have always had these options for as long as we can remember. There have always been options for men. Then what's the problem with women having options? Let's bring in Gideon. What do you think? Are women the new problem in modern relationships?
Okay, first of all, I'm so privileged to have been the last person so that I could be analyzing from each of you. And I think I got this perception. First of all, sorry, Pastor, for the failed. It's very unfortunate that you had the same experience and you are going to deliberate on the same issue today. But I don't know whether he had the notes previously so he could practically use.
As a pastor, he must be ready.
No, I'm just thinking maybe he could have had the notes previously when I was beginning the courtship. He would have placed them in practicality and maybe that thing would not have come. One, from Lillian, I realized one thing. Which is actually very true from the experience and the perception that I had. Why are women so defensive in relationships? Because her first statement as a woman in this panel, she said that, nowadays women will drive cars, heavy machines. These men don't want to understand us and they do not know how to handle us. And I'm like, how should a woman be handled when she is empowered? So we have a different shift of how a woman should be handled because she is empowered. You understand? And you want us to handle the other woman who is not empowered differently. So we have a whole problem actually in modern day relationships because this feminism has brought power shift in the mentality of women. And the financial factor is what is actually bedeviling these relationships. So that the woman thinks because I am empowered, it is, I'm sure you've seen, they call it toxic feminism, but it is feminism actually, because a woman actually wants to be a feminist, but wants to set a level and say, mine is not toxic, but it is feminism and it is the worst thing. That thing is bad. It is the same mentality that is making women to think that having been empowered, I don't need a man. I've seen a lot in TikTok saying, or these influencers saying, that I don't need a man. Why would I need a man? I can be independent, but it's not independence because men, we've been independent. And
so Gideon, is there a problem with the women who don't want men? Where anasema yataki kukua na mwanaume. Is there a problem with that?
Biologically, can you say without a man?
Well, it's their choice. Free will.
It's not. It's just the toxic part of postmodernized mentality, because it is why we have so far led into men dating men and women dating themselves. And that thing is bullshit. We just have to tell ourselves the truth.
Just hold on to that point, Gideon, and let's get some feedback here. The question we're asking everybody, and of course also my panel, are women the new problem in modern relationships? Fred, what are they saying?
Thank you, Anne. And even before we get to the feedback, because I can see you've reduced the discussion to a matter of semantics. Still talking about tradition, traditional versus modernity. So I see you guys still walking into the same problem. Yes, they're not a problem, but they are empowered. That's why, okay, anyway, that's just my opinion. Let's take a look at what you're saying. Geoffrey Cherongi says, not just problem, main problem. Calvin K says, try to marry one of them. You will get the right answer. Ujionewe mwenyewe. Evelyn Blessed Wafula says, from my own experience, it's men. Well, men have traditionally been the problem. That we accept. Alex Moore says, even in the Garden of Eden, the problem, as Pastor said. And do we have more? Yes, Daniel Olobanda says, the present women have many eyes. They tend to become more opportunistic, and I think one of the panelists indicated that. Julius Jumba says the other name for women is problem. Note that. Author Vincent Tobiko, since the time of Adam and Eve. Oh, yes. Esmilim Saga, other name for men is Le Man's problem. Okay. Ochi Manchester, yes, because a modern woman has refused to submit unconditionally. Joy Atieno says, we are women, not problem, not that. JK Kilel, sana, soon marriage will reach its end. Freddie Batold Commander says, rhetorical quiz. Paul wrote, meaning that you don't even need an answer. Hiyo unajibu tuwe mwenyewe. Unajua tu kama swali ni, are the women the problem? Paul Rotich says, they have always been the problem since those days of Garden of Eden. Jabali Mwamba, the modern relationship is worse than in the previous years. However, it isn't a gender issue per se, it's more of flawed characteristics and immortality. We also do have voice notes. For those of you who sent us, let's listen.
For everything. When it's a problem, if they can't have children, the woman is the problem. If something happens, if a divorce occurs, the woman was not able to hold the family. So women are the ones who are always blamed for everything, and men never take responsibility of anything really that they do. So I don't think women are a problem. They've been blamed for so many decades. It's time now we just focus on ourselves and focus on bettering our lives, because with these men, we will never win. So we better just do our thing and live our lives. So whether we are the problems or not, we don't care.
And hi, good morning, Fred. I hope you're having a beautiful morning. And no, the women are not the new problem in the modern relationship. Rather, I'd say that the challenge you're having is the possibility of women being able to do a lot of things that you are not allowed, or rather which were thought could not be accomplished by a woman traditionally. But seeing that women have come up and are able to do most of these things, we are left in a dilemma whereby we have a modern woman and very traditional expectations from the men that we have. So we need to catch that up. We need to catch up the modern transitions with the expectations from the past. I feel like if we can close that gap, then we are able to understand what role a woman plays in a relationship, what role a man plays in a relationship. And I think we are going to be able to get to a place of mutual respect. Thank you.
Thank you. And I think you've had it because they seem to agree that, yes, times have changed. The life situation for the woman, everything has changed. They just don't want to be called the problem. Yes? Back to you, Anne.
All right. And somebody has said there that women have always been the problem. When things are not going right at home, when they're not able maybe to give birth because of 1, 2, 3 reasons, then women are being blamed for that. But are we now having a situation where we are having modern women and we are having traditional men coming together to try and just form a relationship? And of course, in this situation, there will be relationship dynamics. So is it that we are dealing with modern women, Daktari, and traditional men? Ama, what is the problem?
Let me say this. One thing, whether modern or traditional, needs for human beings will never change. If you look at any plant, you know, from the time it was created by God, it has always needed water and soil. So no matter how much you try to say modernity has changed things, maybe water has become cleaner, the way to water the tree has become different. It can be watered hydrophonically, whichever way. But the thing is, it remains the same. Now the challenge that we are having, we have refused to come to the terms of what a woman needs. We have also refused to come to the terms of what a man needs. And the greatest challenge out of research shows that most marriages, actually 69% of marriages ending up in divorce, it is initiated by women.
Yes.
That's the reality. Now, if you look at the problem that comes up out of that, it's because men tend to be self-oriented. They focus on achieving, and they focus on their self-interest more than focusing on, for example, the family. The woman on the other side, they tend to be out-oriented. They are social. They try to strike a balance with everybody else, and therefore they sacrifice a lot for the sake of relationships. And therefore, unless we change that dynamic and come to the table and agree, instead of blaming, you are the problem, sit on the table. I'll give an example. Many years ago when I got married, like 25 years ago, we had challenges in the first 2 years. Now, when we went for counseling, I personally looked for a counselor because I was like, I can't understand this woman. She's my problem. And my wife was looking at me and saying, this guy is my problem. Then we sat on the table. And what came out was, I did not understand her needs. And they were so simple. She didn't understand my needs. So we laid on the table. Up to today, those needs have not changed. They are the same. I love tea when I get into the house, and that is the same. For 25 years, as long as I find tea on the table, I'm okay.
All right. So it's an issue with lack of communication.
Lack of communication and understanding what are the basic needs. Even if cars are added, education is added, it will never change the basic needs of a human being.
Let's come back now to the lady in the room, of course, with me here. They brought up that point of feminism playing a factor as to, now the modernity being a problem as to how women approach relationships. What do you think about feminism? Now they call it toxic feminism. Yes. It has shifted from toxic masculinity now to toxic feminism.
Yeah, actually, I'll echo what Daktari has said and something somebody has said hapa kwa comment. Amesema kwamba everything will always be women. Unajua, in the past when we were not empowered, they were not complaining. Lakini saizi, because we are empowered, we are learned, we are actually tuko juu yao, that is the thing. They are complaining. So, like, what do these people really want? Because kama if we do things traditionally and we are in 21st century, bado wana complain. Tukifanya vitu the way we are doing now, they are still complaining. What really do they want? Like, what really do they want?
Yeah. Daniel, what really do you want?
Let me ask her one question. I got Amantha. She's called Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Kenya. If I say she's one of the most empowered women in Kenya today, would you agree? The answer remains with you. Is William Ruto complaining?
I guess we'll never know.
She's the most empowered woman.
Never know.
You understand?
Yeah.
That is now the point I'm trying to tell you. That traditionally, yes, men were created to be, or men were providers, decision makers. But in a postmodernized generation where we have women being empowered as well, employed and educated, the shift of power does not change. It is still possible for you to submit, even with caste, with power, with everything, and the men still leading, being leaders. Because we were created to provide leadership in marriages and relationships. That is what we men are created for. Because it is impossible for a man to submit, by the way. It is the woman that should submit without shrinking, regardless of whether you have a car. That's why I was asking you, do you want us to treat the empowered woman differently and the other one? No.
All right.
There should be a standard way of how relationships should be and coexist, whether we have money or not.
Let's come back to this other side, Obrian. So do you think the problem is now dealing with an empowered woman? Because the empowerment has come up a lot in this conversation. Is it an issue with a woman being empowered? Because, you know, we've taken strides to get a woman to this point. So is it that empowerment of the women the problem in this case?
Okay, well, empowerment of the ladies is not the problem in this story that you're doing now.
Yeah.
Because if we try to play the gender cards, you're trying to go against the honest introspect from both genders.
Yeah.
So if we start saying that, you know, men are now less empowered, women are more empowered, of course that will create the inferiority complex in the men. And you know, there is this, you know, when you're talking about modernity, we can't avoid to talk about technology. Because the media, social media, there's a lot of influence there. You find there's the ongoing trends, you find like ladies are going with these phrases like, don't settle for this, you don't, you should never agree, you should not settle for situations such as this and that. And men also are not left behind. You find they are the alpha dominance. Somebody wants to be the man of the house. You cannot be the man of the house honestly when your lady is earning more than you. Because I cannot come and start commanding you in the house. Do this, do that. Those are the traditional roles in the house. And yet the lady is earning more than me, like maybe twice, thrice more than me. That is really impossible. And we should really agree with that. Okay, if we try to play the cards that men are even more traditional, no, even also ladies. There's some ladies who are, okay, they are modern dating, but they want like traditional treatment.
Yes.
So it's not an issue of modernity and traditionalism, because empowerment is really important in ladies because it's something we've been fighting for years. And ladies, okay, they have been the problem, but men also have been the problem too. We cannot deny that because men also have to catch up with the ongoing trends also. So
takes two to tango.
Women are not really the problem, honestly. But they are
there's something that came up, an issue to do with submission from Daniel. That right now when a woman is empowered, now they are finding it hard to submit to the men. Do you think that's an issue really? Because of course, like Obrian says, there are women who are of course modern, but they want that traditional treatment. So is submission really the problem?
I think to begin with, we need to use that word submission carefully because there are people who will interpret differently. So submission in this case, just like the pastor said, Daktari, we are not saying that you become a yes kind of a lady to everything. You are a helper, you support, you give guidance where possible, okay? So you're giving a helping hand to the man. That is how I understand with submission. It's not like I tell you do this, you have to do it, you know, without asking or without questioning anything. Okay? So it's not a problem, especially if you understand your woman. The problem, just like Daktari has said very well, I think our biggest problem as men, that's why we said women have been a problem to us as men because we fail to understand our women, we fail to understand their needs, we fail to understand their traits. What is their love language? Because there's a famous saying that goes around Even the most toughest ladies we see around,
Yeah.
there is someone who makes them vulnerable.
Yes.
Because that person understands that lady.
Yes.
When you hear about there's a famous lady called Bad Girl, you know, she looks very tough, but there's someone who makes her smile and vulnerable.
Yes.
Because the secret is just one: understand your woman, understand what she wants.
So it brings that back to date within your means.
Yes.
And your type.
Even if it's out of your means, try to fix yourself. Yes.
Try to force issues.
Yes.
So now that's forcing issues. Now what?
Not really. It's not forcing issues.
Problem.
It's not forcing issues. It's just trying to understand who your woman is and how can you up your game to her level. Yes.
Somebody brought in a very good point. One of our viewer, alisema, men never take responsibility. Pastor, are we using this conversation as a scapegoat instead of understanding how relationship dynamics work? That the women have been the problem, as of course we read from some of our comments that we've received this morning. Are you using this as a scapegoat as men?
In the Bible, man was created to provide. And women submit to a leadership. And there is no leadership where there is no provision. Even us as Christian, who we believe, I believe we are all Christian here. We submit and praise our God because He provides to us. So what I'm trying to put across is that men should provide. It is our responsibility. Allow me to say this. The Bible says, for God so loved the world. For God do what? So loved the world. He gave His begotten Son. So after you love, there is to give.
Yes.
You cannot love and refuse to give. When you love me, you will give. So if I love you, I will give you. And you will submit to that. And now, in this case of relationship, if I love you, I will just definitely give you automatically. You will not even force.
So you agree that you're not taking responsibilities as men, and now you're trying to blame it on women, that now you know women are the problem, nini.
Don't quote me in a negative way. I want you to quote me this way.
Okay.
If I love you, I will give you.
Okay.
And you will
give
me back.
John, to that point of men failing to take responsibilities, from one of our comments this morning. It's not coming from me. So what do you think? Are you using this as a scapegoat? You don't want to take responsibilities, that you are also the problem, and now you're blaming the women.
But if you're saying we are also the problem, then how many of we are the problem?
How many of women are the problem?
Exactly my point. Okay, in that, you see, right now, whatever issues that have come up, and they've come up regarding empowerment, and whatever change, postmodernism, whatever changes that have happened, right? And the thing is, changes have happened across board. The most integral part of empowerment is power. And you cannot give power to a certain section of society and expect the society at large to remain the same. Yeah? The society has to change. And someone, I think Cobren there, has brought up an aspect of inferiority complexes. Right? There are problems that come around as a result of that inferiority complex.
Okay.
And a good number of them is blame game. You know, because someone wants to feel superior than the other. Someone wants to say, no, this is not, I cannot be the problem.
Something has to solve that. Dating within your means.
What means?
Your type.
What if you don't have the means to date?
If you don't, there's always somebody to date. Ama sio daktari. There's always somebody to be with.
No, what I will say, I agree. The issue of inferiority, like let's talk about this panel.
Yes.
We are seated here.
Yes.
I will say academically, probably I'm empowered. more than you. You're not a doctor, I'm a doctor.
Absolutely.
But you are sitting in a position where you're leading this thing. That position is not about education. It's about the position that you've been given and the authority given. And what challenges when it comes to relationships, especially marriage, husbandship is a position. It's not about money. It's not about power. It's not about education. The moment you respect that position, you will obey that position. Now, submission is not about weakness. It is actually another place of power.
Yeah.
Comes from the word like submarine. The power of submarine is being under. The moment it is exposed, poof, it is hit, it's destroyed. So most women have misunderstood that their power lies in being there. And as they offer support, actually, do you know the word helper for a woman is actually aid, like what you give a country, like the US gives to Kenya. She's an aider. She carries a lot of capacity. But because of not understanding, as we are talking about inferiority complex, thinking that she's submitting, she's weak, and yet she's very powerful. Now, if she can understand that is a place of power, she will remain that place. Now, a woman who refuses to submit exposes herself to a lot of issues.
Yeah.
A lot of challenges in life. Now, a man also who does not understand that his position is not about money, it is about what God has given, headship, then he focuses on improving that headship, as they said, about sharpening that leadership. Your focus should continue focusing on the vision. How many presidents do we have in the world who are poorer than the people they are leading? Very many. In the world, you'll find there's a poor president, but not exactly poor. They could be millionaires, but they are billionaires that are following that president. They are respecting the position. So if we understand the positioning and respect the position and live according to the power of that position, then everything will come to order. If we don't do that, the power play will continue forever. We will say women are bad and men are bad. And as long as we continue on that, tutakuwa ni kama opposition Kenya.
Do you think
they will never agree
that we should have this conversation about women empowerment, that there should be a manual on how to deal with an empowered woman?
No, actually, you know, the thing is, it is actually the empowered woman who needs to just to understand her position. Not bring the issues of, for example, what our dear sister said, the cars, the bigger machine. Because the moment you bring a machine, then you have brought something that does not have emotions. And if you begin to look at that, then it begins to destroy. The thing is, the pen that you are using, we have packer pens that cost a lot. The operation of that pen is the same. You hold it the same way, you write with the same way. So the thing is, the empowered woman just needs to realize that is empowerment, but inside, the operation is the same. When it comes to submission, for example, if she's supposed to cook in the house, let her not cook with the car in the head. Are we together?
Yeah.
If she's going to be a mother, let her be a mother without the money in the head. And that will change everything. As you watch it, like what Thatcher said, Margaret Thatcher, a very powerful Prime Minister woman. But she said every time she would step into her home, she would leave Prime Minister position outside. And she enters and she becomes a mother and a wife. As simple as that. So tuache hizo my empowerment huko nje. Tulete tu the woman
in the house.
In the house.
All right. Lillian, what do you think? Are women raising the standards too high?
Let me say, kwa sababu nilisema lazima nitawatetea mpaka mwisho, so wacha tu nisimame na wao mpaka mwisho. The thing is, yeah, at some point, yes, but we should because what Daktari is saying actually, I think aufai kuja na hiyo mentality ya I have this, I don't know, the vice president, I'm the whatever. I think we should come with this mentality that I am your wife, you are my husband, I am your fiance, you are my fiance. That is the thing. And tukikuja huku nje kufanya mambo mengine huku nje, we remain with hizo vitu za huku nje, and then I think that one will be balanced. Yes.
Obryn, do you actually think that this is happening in relationships, that women who are, you know, let's just use the term empowered because that is what we've been using since we started this conversation. Do you think that it actually happens that women tell the men that apana me, I have a car, I have a big car, I have this job, I have a big salary? Is it happening, or we're just stereotyping empowered women?
Yeah, of course. So when you start we start bringing the game of power in the relationship, of course it will be a great problem. because everybody is trying to prove their worth. Because, well, we should empower women because it's something we've been fighting for. We cannot fight for something and then at the end we start diminishing it at the end. So let the women become women in a relationship. Let's just sit down together. We talk. We agree on what do you want in these relationships. What do you expect from me? What do I expect from you? That will at least create the balance in relationships. Because if we start coming to play terms like, I have this, I possess this, you don't have that. Some women, lady president, wouldn't have husbands. So I think we should just agree, have mutual agreement on what we expect in these relationships.
Mahoa, do you think that's actually happening in homes? That power struggle and inferiority complex, that women are looking down on men, say the woman is earning higher than the man. Is it happening in relationships?
Yes, we have few cases, but there are also a number of families that are really balancing that, just like my good friend has already said. But the issues of women coming in because they've been over-empowered than the man, and that bringing in a problem is happening. Okay? Yes, because we are not able to balance. Empowerment, for me, I feel it's something that should come into the limelight more outside the family than inside the family. Because if you are the vice president and I'm just maybe a normal civil servant working somewhere, that should come outside our family setting. So that when we come back now to our house or a home setting, we are a husband and a wife, or a man and a woman. So we interact in that manner. Yes.
Daniel, I saw you nodding when I asked that question, if this is actually happening in homes or this is just stereotyping empowered women. Unakaa ni kama uko na first-hand experience. Tuambie. Tell us.
Okay. One, there was something when Daktari was speaking, it came into my mind, and I was just imagining when you asked the question of dating within your means.
Yes, and by means doesn't have to be financial, by the way. Traditional means. If somebody wants to be treated traditional way, then date within that means. If it's in a modern way, date within that means.
But you did say it must not be, meaning it sometimes is, right? So let me ask you a question. If we are both teachers and I get to marry you, when we are still within the same means and level, somewhere, somehow, you join corporate politics and your finance goes up. And we are in marriage, and you earn 300 and I'm earning 40. Does it mean that you stopped becoming the person within my means?
And
what happens to that marriage?
Are you imagining that, or is it actually happening in relationships?
No, I was just challenging the question and that perception so that we can understand that being within a means has nothing to do with empowerment and finances. And that leadership in men, that is, you see, there is only one problem in these postmodernized relationships, that the woman has been empowered, but the man has not been retrained to be able to adapt to that system. You understand? So that leadership in men in relationship is not to control the woman. And submission is not weakness. It is just to understand that, so that there will not be all these power plays and everybody is trying to, there is ego clashes, control battles, because that is exactly what is. The woman is trying to portray that because I have the funds, I'm the one who is in control. There is nothing to be controlled. There is nothing to have ego for. Just that. If we can have that understanding, we'll have the most perfect relationships. You can be flying your jet and I'll be on the farm with my tinga-tinga.
Yes, beautiful. That will be wonderful.
Yeah, that would be very perfect.
But John, is it that, do you agree that, of course, even as we continue to empower women, we are forgetting the men?
Yes, I agree, totally. Kabisa. We should empower everyone. This is why.
So do you agree women have been over-empowered, like Mahoa said, over-empowered?
No. But the thing is, they have been empowered at the expense of, in this way. You see, when you empower, there's empowering for survival and empowerment for esteem. Okay? If you empower someone for them to be in a position to make choices about themselves, which are actually beneficial to them, is different from empowering someone for them to make choices that lengthen or make them comfortable. Okay? So you'll find that in most cases, or in a good number of cases, what is going on is the empowerment and expectations do not align at all. We're empowering people to make choices, but we're also empowering people with a mindset that they have to be taken care of by others. Yeah? Right now, if you're taking an empowered woman somewhere out there, probably hata ni yeye may suggest meat for drinks, who will be expected to pay. Yeah? So you find that you're empowering someone to be modern, but with a traditional mindset. In that, when I'm coming as a woman. But when we're arguing, I'm arguing as an empowered woman, a modern woman. See? So let us empower everyone. And when we empower, let us not only empower them resource-wise, let us empower them also in the mindset. Everyone. In that, even as a man, even as you're being empowered, empower the mindset such that, what does this empowerment bring in me in a man? As I said, you cannot empower part of a society and expect the whole society at large to remain the same.
So Pastor, are you ready as men to go back to the traditional way of life? Say you are fully providing, yes, you have your woman there, she's empowered, she's earning even more than you, but akirudi kwa nyumba anataka ulipe bills, take care of the home. Are you ready for that in this day and age?
The Bible says in Genesis chapter I think chapter 2 verses, allow me to confirm. Just a minute, yes, it is here. In the book of Genesis chapter...
Germany, Pastor.
What does it say?
It says, let me just quote. It says, and God, when he found Adam alone, he saw him, he was bored, and he meant a perfect helper. So this helper is to help him where he needs an help. For example, I'm paying for the bills, school fee, and I'm also taking care of house rent and all that. And let's say in the mid of the month, let's say date 15, 20th, I am broke. My wife, I should have that courage that my wife will take care of some few duties in my house. That is how I'm saying, that is the reason why God meant a woman to help where necessary. Last thing, because I know I will not get chance again, time is gone.
Yes.
Let us go back to the relationship. In a relationship is where you learn your person. Before you go to a relationship, there is a general friendship. Let's say it is Lillian. Today I do not know Lillian, but we get to know each other.
Absolutely.
With time, we get to a relationship. Now, Lillian will be knowing if I have only this suit only. So in a relationship, even if I appear with this suit, Lillian will be okay. If I saw Lillian with that red jacket, I'll be okay with it.
You take her as she is.
So we in a relationship is where we learn each other. I know Lillian have a Land Cruiser. I have Probox. So when we are in marriage, I will not be taking Lillian like he has we will be knowing each other. I will knowing this is how Lillian should be driven. This is how he will knowing this is how Thomas should be driven. Yes.
Daktari, now what do you think with this thing? Are we ready to treat each other traditionally, even in this modern age? Because now the whole issue is about, you know, us submitting and men, of course, heading the family. Are we ready for that?
I would say there are people who are getting ready, because this thing is individual. But the greatest challenge comes in as long as we keep on looking at the other person. The men need to do this, the women need to do this. I would say you attract who you are. So if you want to get married today as a man, then prepare you. If you are all these provisions, stop looking at what should the woman do. You work on that, you'll be ready to provide when that time comes. It's like when you are looking for employment, you prepare yourself to handle the employment. You don't start thinking, what should my boss be doing? So I think that is what needs to be done, and it should be on all fronts. I believe here there are guys who are married. It's your responsibility to prepare your kids for the future. Now, for the guys who are not married or the ladies who are not married, I would say empower yourself and understand, who am I? So that when you come to this relationship, you're not threatened by the Prados and the Land Cruisers. You're not threatened by the woman earning more money. You are comfortable in the position. And I like what David did. David was a poor guy. Meet Abigail, a rich woman. Amewachiwa pesa na jamaa ambaye alikuwa anaitwa mjinga. David didn't panic. He knew his position. He married her, and they continued along the way. So understand you.
All right.
Develop you. Make yourself better.
Perfect. That is Dr. Julius Kimani. Thank you so much for that very wonderful comment there. Let's go back to Fred and take a look at what the people are saying with regard to our question of the day. Are the women the new problem in modern dating?
And I know the conversation is very interesting. Once again, this is what you're saying. Bro Evans, not just a problem, but a disaster. Liberator Kwame Nkrumah, yes, they are. Hapa watu wanakubaliana. And John Geshu says gender equality have caused a lot of problem. George Juma says major problem in the current economy. Sammy K. Brown, not specific, people are different. Even men nowadays ain't men, just like women. Okay. Interesting. Bob Iggy Eagle. No, the feminism in them is. At least you may specify. It's not women who are the problem. It's the feminism. Where Maurice says, yes, they have commercialized it. Dr. Louis Wanjala says, we call them money lovers. Caleb Omondi, this should not be a question, because the answer is obvious. Obvious. Women are the main problem in modern relationships, powered by women empowerment. And I've heard that word empowerment over and over again. Empowerment, empowerment, empowerment. And they seem to agree that empowerment is an issue. Any more feedback? Papa Kamwana says, yes, from the issue of being independent, that results from giving the girl child first priority and neglecting the boy child. Brian Wicke says they have always been and they will always be. Let's take one voice note and hear what people have to say.
Good morning, Kev, with Freddie Nimwela and Anna Odida. I'm Promise Washe from Parklands. And as for me, I think women are a new problem in modern relationships. This is because nowadays women have been educated, women have gone to school as compared to the past. These are modern, independent, corporate women that in some cases they are earning more than their men. So when a woman earns more than their man, sometimes may not recognize the presence of this man, the provision, whatever he does in their life may not matter to them because they feel they have what it takes. And on the other hand, the men are looking at a woman who is submissive. So this woman will lack the element of submission, making the man inferior, and the relationship may fail.
I think we agree. We agree.
On what?
That fine, you accept. It is empowerment to the woman. That has happened, and that something has shifted. So probably the correct word is not problem. Let's be fair. But something has shifted.
For one. Thank you. Of course.
But are they the new challenge in the relationships come 2026?
They could be the challenge.
Hii swali sijaona kama imejibiwa.
They should be the challenge, not the problem. Dr. Ria said, you attract who you are.
Correct.
That's my takeaway.
If you take a look at social media, a lot of relationships are breaking up. Who do you think is the cause? Yeah?
The man. All right, thank you so much to my panel for making time for us to have this conversation on Relationship Wednesday. Looking forward to see you again to talk matters of the heart, lakini tumekafunga ya leo.
But the conversation will continue online. Absolutely. On TV47 Kenya Facebook, TV47 Kenya on YouTube. If you're on X, it is TV47 Digital. You can tag me at Fred Indemuli.
At Ann_Odida.
Make sure you use the hashtag Morning Cafe TV47.
Absolutely. We'll see you tomorrow bright and early. Enjoy the rest of your day.